Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Vietnamese Grand Prix round 3 of the championship here at the European Racing Series Tier 4. As you can probably hear in the background, we've got Technovin and Kalsva on call. So Kalsva was just doing a bit of race engineering for us, and I thought I'd include the audio because I can't separate their voices and the game audio. So I thought I'd include it in, so sometimes I'll go a bit quiet so that you can hear, you know, kind of what was happening at the time of the races and what we were kind of discussing in terms of strategy and everything, because there were a lot of strategy calls. Qualifying was in the wet. We managed to get a late lap in to put us on pole. Our teammate, Techno, ran out of fuel right towards the end, so he missed out on something like P5 or P4, something like that. But here for the race, we were deciding between medium to soft strategy and hards to mediums. In the end, we went for hards to mediums because Calcifer begged me. So 5 red lights. We try to get our revs up, but we're at about 13,000, which is too high. You want to be about 12. We get a really bad start, that rear end just squirming. We lose a place right away to Oscar and J-Mart sliding up our inside. But thankfully, we're on the inside into T1. And we're able to hold on to the position, although Jay Daly is on our inside all the way through to turn 3. And you can already see the amount of space that Oscar has pulled out to us already. But now we've got ourselves into second. We can get our heads down, focus, and just try to push up the field as quickly as we can and close back into Oscar, because we know in terms of raw pace, we should be one of, if not the quickest man in Tier 4. However, we skip slightly later in the lap after the hairpin, and we make our way into the right-hander. We run a bit wide, and we just slap into the wall. And honestly, it was such a dumb mistake to make so early on. Skipping a little bit later in the lap, the safety car did come out, and it was actually, as we we were doing a fairly decent lap, and actually we were catching Oscar on that lap as well, despite having a damaged front wing. So it just shows the pace that we had, and it's just such a stupid mistake for myself. Later on that lap, we make the decision that we're going to come into the pits, and we're going to stick on, I'm trying to remember what tyres we stick on. I think we decide to put on softs, and the plan is to go softs to the end. So we put on some softs, and then we'll pit at about lap 15 maybe, and then from that 15 go to the end on those softs, because the softs can do about 12 to 13 laps. So yeah, we're on lap 4, so we'd be pitting at about lap 16. So that's the idea anyway. But as you'll see now, we're on lap 4. The safety car is coming in this lap, and just look how slow everyone goes.
Holy, these guys can't do safety car resets, can they? Jeez.
And you can hear from our comms that it's really crazy right now.
If I'm AFK, then just no mind them.
Oh my god.
Do you see that?
Yeah.
So we're in a really tricky situation now as well, because we've got damaged front wing right at the safety car restart, and we haven't got a single lap in with you know, an undamaged car. So
stay out. Let's see what the base is like.
As you can hear, Calcifer's just trying to work out a strategy, kind of, you know, just easing me along, you know, chill Felipe, baby. But damaged front wing, we get a good run onto Duna, and, you know, despite this damaged front wing, we're able to make a pass into the braking zone. Duna goes really late on the brakes, we see that, so, you know, we just let him go, and we look for the undercut, which we are able to get, and we slide up his inside through the long left-hander. We bang wheels, but we'll take that up into P9, and, yeah, this damaged front wing, there's nothing we can do. 23 laps. We kind of considered briefly to just pit onto the hards and go to the end, but at the time the wing felt okay. It felt manageable, so I thought I'll just keep on going. And as we make our way into the hairpin, there's a bit of a scenario up ahead, and actually Gaunt runs wide, so we slot our car in. He kind of comes back off the curb a bit, so we make a bit of contact, and then we make more contact there. So I'm not quite sure what happened in that final incident. But anyway, around the outside we go, and we're able to pick up the position. Thankfully, we don't get any extra damage to our front wing, but we are up into P8 now on lap 5 of 28, and we can try to catch up to the other Mercedes. Skipping then to lap 6.
I think it's a bit for mediums when the lap is lap 11 or 12.
So you can hear the strategy call coming from Calcifer just to try to stick out on these tires for a bit longer. The two guys up ahead, they make some kind of contact. They squeeze each other wide, and, you know, we just say thank you for the two positions up into P6. And remember, this is with, you know, a really damaged front wing. So, honestly, I can't ask for anything more. It's just a shame as to how this all happened. A little bit later on, lap 8, we've got Miss Q, who's closed right back on us after that incident that he had. We run wide, we tap the curb, or we tap the wall, and our front wing is now amber as Miss Q dives it down our inside. We leave space, we look for the cutback, which we do get, and then into turn 3, we just squeeze our car down the inside. And down the inside we do go, still banging wheels. Miss Q is still there, but we hold it the long way around. DRS open, we bang out some overtake, and the fact that we're battling with guys with this damaged front wing is absolutely nuts. And honestly, I've been kicking myself for the last few days. I'm recording this voiceover on Thursday, and I've just been absolutely kicking myself since Tuesday about how this race went and the missed opportunities that happened. So, yeah. But
next.
I think you can hear myself and Calcifer, we're trying to work out what to do in strategy. I want to pit this lap because the wing feels horrible, and you'll see right now. So Miss Q goes past us, and just look at how much Miss Q pulls away from us here.
ERS and pit next lap.
So we lose a little bit of time, but it's okay. So the gap, so Miss Q just overtook us into that hairpin, and just watch through this final sector just how far he pulls away.
I'm understeering too much.
We just understeer like crazy, as you can hear me say in the background as well. And we just have to go so slowly. The gap is already a second, just through 2 corners. And through the right-hander into the left-hander, well, the gap is, you know, 1.7 seconds. And I just think, you know what, there's no point leaving it out for any longer. And I slow it down and I go into neutral like a complete and utter idiot. And it's just more and more time lost. So, lap 11, you can see we're actually going purple. We put on a fresh set of mediums, and we're going. Jay Daly goes into the wall, and we think maybe the safety car can come out, but no, it's just a VSC, and that it was a big shame, because if that was a safety car, you know, we would have been perfectly, you know, poised actually to maybe even go for the win. I could have, well, safety car would stay out for a few laps, and then the mediums could definitely go to the end. Lap 14, you can see that I had a bit of damage to my front left. I honestly can't remember how that happened, but it happened. And we just had to drive with that for as long as possible. Now, lap at 22, we tap that inside wall, and we get even more damage to our front wing. And the reason why that's so annoying is because we were only 6 laps from the end. And as you can see, Oscar, he's actually just come into the pit. So we actually come out in front of him by a fair amount. We had Jojo about 2 to 3 seconds back, and he was catching, but very slowly, and we could have defended that. So we would have been about 10 seconds ahead of Oscar. Well, lap 23, you can see the gap is 12 seconds. So we would have been about 14 seconds ahead. And with only a bit of damage to the front wing in P2, it would have been great. But here comes Jojo. We've got damage front wing. He knows that. He can see that we're going really slowly. We go to, well, the outside of the long right-hander, which will be the inside for the hairpin. A little bit of wheel rubbing. We go really way too late on the brakes. I go on the brakes, and then I realize it's too early, and I lift off, go back on, and I go on the brakes too late. So I end up forcing Jojo out wide, so apologies for that. It definitely wasn't intentional, but I'm just struggling so much with these tires, and you can see the tire wear as well. Here comes Jojo again, lap at 24, round the outside into turn 1. This time we don't outbrake ourselves. We use up all of the track. A little bit greedy, but with that damaged front wing, we're just trying to find any amount of time as possible. Later on in the lap, Jojo closing in again. We once again go the long way through the long right-hander, so we have the inside for the hairpin. We get our braking point right, first gear, and again, we just let the car out because honestly, we cannot keep that turning angle nice and low. Now, lap 24, Jojo, he has a little look down our inside, but at the point, I was just honestly focusing ahead, and I didn't even see him look down the inside, and then I just had a glance in my mirrors and saw him spin around, and yeah, it was just really sorry to Jojo about that. But Oscar then catches us on lap 25. We go on the defensive into the hairpin, nice and late onto the brakes. I think there's a bit of contact between us. We slow it right down on the apex for the left-hander, but Oscar's going to slide up our inside just because we don't have any traction. So, I mean, he's on fresh soft tires as well and doesn't have a broken front wing. Either way, though, we got overtake, we get the DRS, and honestly, this defending I did in the final few laps here at Vietnam was just absolutely incredible. We go up his inside. There's a bit of a lag spike, which really caught me off for a second. Either way, though, nice and late onto the brakes. Oscar has a look down the inside. We hold it the long way around the outside, and you can see Smox has caught up. Jojo is now about 8 seconds behind, or is that 6? 8 seconds. And through the right-hander, Oscar just has so much more grip and a front wing and just holds it the long way around, and we just can't do anything about that. So, on to lap 26. Smox on our rear end. Jojo's just 5 seconds. He's caught us about 3 seconds through that final sector. Smox tries to hold it around the outside. And look at that tyre wear, 64% on the front right. Honestly, there is just no grip right now. I have no idea how I defended for this long. It's rather crazy. So, as Carlson says, give Jeff a quick heads up. And what I find out from Jeff is that, as actually Smox has a little look around our outside, we just slow it right down on the apex because, you know, we just have to slow it down, otherwise he's going to get the cut back on us. So, you know, we really slow it down, angle the car as much as we need to, and blast it out. And I don't know if you heard, but Jeff's saying 3-second time penalty for Oscar. So, if he didn't get that front wing damage, honestly, we would have beaten Oscar for P2. So, that is, you know, a big shame. But here comes Smox. He's really closing in up to the braking. We hold it defensive, nice and late on the brakes. We pull it out a little bit wide without just completely ramming into him. And once again, we're able to hold on to the position for now. And there is not long left as Oscar gets really close. He's going to look for the outside. We're on the inside. We brake nice and early. And he runs wide. And he almost clips us on the exit when he's rejoining the circuit.
He doesn't have ERS.
Lap 27. Oscar, Smox once again closing right up on the outside. He brakes a little bit late again. And we're going to try to squeeze our way through. We make a bit of contact with him, such as the understeer. But Smox has made the move stick. Now, just keep an eye on Smox. You can see Jojo's right on our tail now as well. So, watch Smox going on the exit of this left-hander, because he hits the wall temporarily. And I'm not sure if you can see the front wing flying, but he definitely gave front wing damage. And you can see by how wide he's going through these corners. So, I thought I really have a big opportunity. And all I have to do for this next lap is just play it sensible, keep it safe. And maybe Smox with his damaged front wing, we have a chance. But into the final corner, you can see how slow I'm going. I just understeer right into the wall. There's just no grip on those front tyres. Again, it's another really stupid mistake from me. Jojo round the outside into turn 1. We try our utter best. First gear, we just try to get the drive, but Jojo squeezes us. He plays it hard, but it is fair from Jojo. We have a little look into the right-hander, but look at the understeer that we get. So onto the straight, this is our best chance really. We open up the DRS. Well, actually nothing really happened there, so here we go, DRS. Jojo goes defensive, and when we look for the inside, we just collide with the wall. You know, I could maybe try to blame Jojo for that, but it's my own fault. I think I reacted a bit too hastily and just went in the wall. The pressure came up to me, and you can see just how far Jojo has, you know, pulled from me in this stage. In fact, my teammate Techno, he's closing up. You can see him in the bottom of the mini-map. So one more lap and Techno probably would have overtaken us. But 77% wear on the front tyres. We should have got P2. You know, P3 even if Jojo passed us. So in terms of the championship, it's better that it's ended like this. But it's just so unfortunate that it's come out like this, because we had the pace. In fact, when J-Max came out of the pits for his final stint, he came out literally right in front of us. So if I hadn't lost that front wing, he would have actually come out just behind me, and we would have been battling to the end. And I think maybe I could have even held that. So, yeah, you might be able to hear me in the background just absolutely losing my mind. But yeah, I can't. It was a great race. We had an absolutely fantastic defending battle at the end, but by no means should we be down in P5 from pace alone. Again, we were probably the quickest guys out on circuit, and I've got no one to blame except for myself. I hope you guys have enjoyed the stream. I do live stream the race every Tuesday. That's live on Twitch, twitch.tv/MilkySerial1. So if you want to see that live, make sure to tune in. If you want to see more on YouTube, make sure to hit that like button, and maybe drop a subscription as well. Let me know what you thought of this format, because next time I can lower the game audio, or maybe just leave it just game sound so you can hear more of what was happening between me, Calcifer, and Techno in the race. So yeah, there we go. Also, massive thanks to Calcifer as well for race engineering for me, and helping me get a setup and helping me practice as well. But next time, we're going to be back on the podium. We're going to get Techno up there as well, and we're going to get both Haas boys up. So we did close into Racing Point in the championship, just 15 points separating us. So next time round is China. It should be fun. I'll see you there. Cheers for watching. Bye.